Tashtale, good evening everyone. This is Tibet This Week, a weekly feature in English that tells you about this week's news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Central Tibetan Administration. The headlines first. No longer violence, no longer this huge division. You can do that, His Holiness the Dalai Lama tells students at University of California, San Diego. Mayor of San Diego welcomes His Holiness the Dalai Lama as world's champion for peace. Human rights situation inside Tibet raised at 35th United Nations Human Rights Council session. On Saturday last week, His Holiness the Dalai Lama delivered the keynote address at the commencement ceremony of University of California, San Diego's class of 2017, focusing on the value of education, ethics and compassion for the well-being of self and others. At least 6,000 students and 15,000 guests attended the ceremony held at university's Rimac Field.
So furthermore, 21st century, just the beginning. So you have the opportunity and also responsibility, you see, to develop or to create better world, happier world. No longer violence, no longer this huge gap, rich and poor. So you can do that. Actually, human being, social animal. So now today's reality, not only nation to nation, but continent to continent, heavily interdependent. And plus, on that way, the global warming also, you see, causing some problem. So this is not a particular sort of nation or particular continent, but the whole world. So these sort of nature phenomena teach us, we human beings must work unitedly, right, with common effort or common goal. That's happy world. So now, in order to create happier, peaceful world, firstly, inner peace, very important. Peace, world peace, must achieve through inner peace, not through weapon.
His Holiness stressed on the value of ancient philosophies and said we should incorporate secular ethics and modern education, and further called for the need of compassionate cultural revolution in China and explained why China should pay more attention towards inner peace along with economic development. Chancellor of the University, Pradeep Khosla, said that the messages of compassion and betterment of humanity espoused by His Holiness the Dalai Lama aligns with the university's mission and presented His Holiness the Dalai Lama with San Diego Medal, which he described as the school's highest honor. On Friday last week, His Holiness the Dalai Lama delivered a public talk on embracing the beauty of diversity in our world at the University of California, San Diego, which was attended by over 25,000 people. His Holiness spoke on the importance of peace and compassion and noted that the modern education is falling short in its responsibility to teach about compassion and urged educational institutions like UC San Diego to teach about emotional intelligence as they would teach about science or literature.
So therefore, the genuine compassion and loving kindness can extend towards troublemaker, so-called your enemy. Their attitude towards you, negative, but still they are human brothers, sisters. They deserve our love, our kindness. Through that way, as I mentioned earlier, the negative attitude due to their negative emotion. So emotion always changing. So today's negative attitude due to certain negative emotion, if you keep friendship, loving kindness, showing them loving kindness, certainly there is possibility to change. So that way, the very meaning of tolerance, forgiveness is like this.
His Holiness also extolled the power of dialogue in 21st century and said that the younger generation have the responsibility to create a century of peace. Mayor of San Diego, Kevin Falconer, said that he was proud to welcome the world's greatest champion of peace, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, to the city.
The great city of San Diego to welcome you, to say thank you for all that you do, that example. And on behalf of our citizens, it's my pleasure to present you with this key to the city.
His Holiness also met with a group of over 100 reporters and members of the media before his public talk and spoke about his three main commitments in life. At the 35th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council held in Geneva, countries including United States, United Kingdom and Germany expressed concern over the worrisome situation in China, especially in Tibet and Xinjiang. United States expressed its concern over lawyers and activists in China who are being arbitrarily detained, tortured and forced to confess to political charges on the state media and imposition of martial law in Xinjiang and some Tibetan areas. Germany called on China to release all detained human rights defenders, including Tashi Wangchuk, and urged China to allow High Commissioner and Special Rapporteurs to visit Tibet. Germany also expressed concerns over the demolitions of Buddhist institution Larungkar. The United Kingdom expressed concern over China's unabated restrictions on civil and political freedoms, including minority rights and freedom of expression and religion. The countries urged China to fulfill its commitment to protecting human rights situation inside China, including Tibet. That is all for today. We'll see you next Friday. Have a good weekend.